Going into his supers, his quarter circle forward super does Dimension Slash. Vergil disappears and creates a series of projectile slashes all over the screen, which ends in a hard knockdown. It can also be done in the air, therefore it is his primary combo ender after an OTG with high time. Dimension Slash is very random, however in general it'll do the most damage if both characters are near the center of the screen. Therefore if you're picking up someone in the corner, you'll typically want to switch sides before the high time in order to maximize your damage.
Don't get so tough. Beautiful. Level 1. First shot. Air combo. Here I go. Don't get so tough.
If you get the last hit on Dimension Slash, you'll get enough frame advantage to do high time again for some extra damage. This isn't something that you can rely on as it is not consistent. However, it is something that you can look out for to get some extra damage.
Amazing.
Dimension Slash's randomness also often causes it to cross up. Therefore, you can use it raw to punish non-meaty incomings, or if you're just trying to get out of the corner and want to bust out, you can go for a super jump and then use it. If it hits, you can X Factor to convert that into a full combo. Here's an example. That said, however, Dimension Slash is very unsafe on block. Therefore, anytime that you use it this way, you should always be ready to either X Factor or DHB out in order to keep yourself safe if they block it.
Don't get so tough. Don't get so tough.
DP Super does Spiral Swords. Vergil summons 6 swords which rotate around his waist for 3 seconds. Once active, Vergil can move and act freely while the swords create a sort of barrier around him that will damage everything near him and destroy other projectiles. Spiral Swords is a huge part of both Vergil's pressure game and his combos. It basically puts a large hitbox around him that opponents have to respect, which makes it very useful for getting in. It has good range, and it also has good durability for getting past other projectiles, including a lot of other supers. It can also be used for sustained pressure once you are in on someone, and for forcing opponents into the corner by dashing into them. One caveat to be aware of though is that the swords are around Vergil's waist, therefore they don't cover his head or toes. So you do still need to watch out for stuff like diving attacks that can bonk you on the head. They will also disappear if Vergil is hit. For combos, the swords have fixed hit stun, and they'll juggle the opponents while Vergil is free to use other attacks. Spiral Swords are a staple in Vergil's combos. Almost everything he does ultimately ends in a sword loop, which looks like this. Sword loops can be continued for basically as long as you have meter for it, therefore a huge part of Vergil's combos is finding ways to maximize how much meter you build before going into the first Spiral Swords. Vergil also has 2 follow-ups that he can do during Spiral Swords, which each cost an additional bar, and also require him to have at least 5 hits remaining on the Spiral Sword. Quarter Circle Forward S does Sword Storm. Vergil repositions these 6 swords above the opponent, and then after about 2.5 seconds they'll start shooting down. Sword Storm normally won't self-combo, however it does get affected by speed boost. Therefore it can self-combo if Vergil is in Devil Trigger and or an X Factor. Also, if it hits in the air, it causes a true soft knockdown, therefore it can also self-combo versus airborne opponents under some circumstances, although the shots don't track, so they can often just miss on a falling opponent. Sword Storm is very situational due to the cost, however it does have some uses against flying opponents, as a lot of them don't have an easy way to destroy the swords above them. For combos, it has fixed hit stun and it can hit OTG. Here's a couple of examples.
You're going down. Air combo. Card. Air. Here I am. You're mine. Take this.
Any attack button plus S does blistering swords. Vergil repositions the swords behind him, and then after about 2.5 seconds they start shooting. You can also manually shoot them by pressing attack plus S. The button strength determines the direction. L goes forward, M goes up, and H goes down. Both the activation and the manual shots can also be done in the air. Blistering will leave a grounded opponent standing, however if it hits an opponent in the air, it causes a true soft knockdown. Blistering is fairly situational due to the cost, however the manual shots do give him a fast cancel option, which allows for some tricky mix-ups. Basically you can shoot a sword and teleport for a left-right, or you can go for a high-low by plinking the input on either the activation or the manual shots in order to car cancel from JS, and that allows you to stop air momentum at a low altitude.
Level 1. You're going down.
For combos, it has fixed hit stun, and again it gives you a fast cancel option, therefore you can basically utilize it to do a long string of normals. Here's an example.
Fantastic!
Both Blistering and Sword Storm will persist if Vergil is hit and can interrupt attempts to combo him. Also, the timer pauses during capture states, such as throws and cinematic level 1s. That's true even if the swords have already started shooting. However, they will disappear immediately if Vergil is KO'd, snapped out, or otherwise removed from the playing field. They will also disappear if you get hit by a cinematic level 3.
You're going down. Yes.
Quarter Circle Back Super does Devil Trigger. Vergil gets motivated and transforms, which grants a 20% damage boost, 15% speed boost, as well as several other effects for 10 seconds. He gets a two-way air dash, he gets a double jump, and he also gains the ability to special cancel his normals on whiff, which makes a lot of his options safer. He also gets larger hitboxes on all of his specials, and all of his audio is replaced with either grunts or silence. Devil Trigger Judgment Cut is especially noteworthy as a neutral tool, as it becomes gigantic, which makes it difficult to avoid, and it's also a fairly safe option due to spam for chip damage, or to force opponents to block it for some frame advantage before starting an offense. Devil Trigger Lunar Face is noteworthy for combos when combined with X Factor. It hits high enough to combo off of High Time, although you'll need at least X Factor level 2 to do it fast enough. Since both moves have fixed hit stun, this gives him a Devil Trigger X2 Infinite, which looks like this. Devil Trigger Rapid Slash has increased vertical coverage, which combined with the speed boost makes it much more useful as a cross-up tool. It's especially noteworthy when combined with X Factor, as it becomes plus on block and it'll recover fast enough to convert it on hit without additional meter. While Devil Trigger is active, Vergil regenerates red health at a rate of 12,000 per second and is unable to build meter. DT overall greatly enhances both Vergil's neutral game and his pressure. It increases his mobility and it makes a lot of his options safer and more difficult to avoid. It's especially noteworthy when combined with X Factor due to the stacking damage and speed boost. It's generally a good option to use when you have meter to burn. After you kill a character or at the end of a block string, just get motivated. It can also be useful outside of X Factor for certain matchups, or as an alternate cancel option that is faster than Spiral Swords. Devil Trigger also gives Vergil access to his level 3 Dark Angel. Proto Circle back super again while DT is active. Vergil rushes forward with a stab, on hit goes into a cinematic that causes massive damage. It is actually the most damaging level 3 in the game, as its functional level 4, Devil Trigger always ends during the cinematic. Max range is comparable to Stinger, it also hits OTG. If it doesn't kill them outright, it also causes a crumple, allowing for further combos. Dark Angel is mostly useful as a match ender, as it is an expensive but very simple way to kill just about anything.
Rest in peace. Danger! Here I am. Hard! You're mine. Take this! Don't get so tough. Might! Rest in peace. Danger! You're mine. Take this! You're mine. Take this! Don't get so tough. Air combo!
Little on Vergil's assist, his A assist is Judgment Cut. He does the M version, which covers about mid-range. Like the normal version, it gets much larger if Vergil is in Devil Trigger. Judgment Cut has good durability and okay lockdown, however it isn't really used much as it only covers a specific range. His B assist is Rising Sun. Rising Sun is only really used by stoners. Like most DP assists, it knocks the opponent about a mile into the air, which makes it very difficult for a lot of characters to confirm off of or use in combos. However, it can be a bit of a knowledge check assist, as it has a deceptively good range on the second kick that actually reaches slightly farther than it looks like. This is even more significant if Vergil is in Devil Trigger, at which point it can hit people from across the screen. This gives it some limited use as an anti-air assist if you use it with a character who has good air airs to be able to confirm off it. His Y assist is Rapid Slash. Rapid Slash is generally considered his best assist. This is one everyone uses. For combos, it has good hit stun, it also has good range. And as a neutral assist, it has fantastic corner carry. It pushes the opponent full screen, even if they block it. And that makes it very useful, both for zoning or for aggressively forcing someone into the corner before going for a mix-up. Like the point version though, Vergil is completely vulnerable on the way forward, so you typically are going to want to cover it with something, such as just throw a projectile at them that will hit them if they try to interrupt it. That way they'll be forced to block it.